So humor me for a minute. We all have one of these, a cell phone. I want you to think of yourself right now as a cell phone. Now, what is something that you do on a daily basis with this thing? You got to charge it. If you don't charge it, what happens to it? It dies. I think the same thing really applies to our heart. I think that there's a lot of people who are living in this critical battery stage, maybe just getting fed once a week at church or maybe during their small group time. And I love those things. That's good. But what I am talking about here is on a daily basis, we need to charge our cell phone. And in the same way, in a daily basis, we need to charge our soul. And we do that by communing with the Holy Spirit, by intimately taking time to be with the Lord and to really seek his face. So Jesus, remember, he's God in the flesh. He put himself under human restriction. By doing this, he felt that it was necessary for himself to get away and be alone with the Father. Now, the Ottawa Prayer Center, where we're at right now, soon to be the Illinois Valley House of Prayer, we're still pretty small, growing, but nothing fantastic. Right now, it's quite easy for me, being the director of this ministry, to get alone and be with God. But even in this smallness, I find plenty of times where I feel tempted to take time away from my prayer time, from my time before the Lord and the Word and worship and prayer, and use it for some other aspect of the ministry, some other aspect that's going to benefit the ministry, that's going to make it bigger and better and everything. So if right now in this small state, this is a temptation that I regularly experience, what happens if God actually blesses us with some other areas of growth? The temptation is going to be more and more to seek after the outer experiences of growth and to not root and ground myself in the things that are eternally important, which is connecting with the heart of God. Now, those other things are good. They're part of my assignment, and many of you have assignments that we need to be faithful in. But I just want to drive home this point that even Jesus, who had just an amazing ministry with thousands of people surrounding him, he did not get caught up in all of that to the point where he forgot to get alone with the Father. I think the only way that you can really sustain a lifestyle of promotion like that is if you regularly are taking time to go to the wilderness, to go to the secret place, and to seek the Lord there. It's at that place that we get fueled. Like I said, there were so many people that I feel like are in critical battery stage. Now, when my phone goes into critical battery stage, something happens. All of a sudden, some of the apps, some of the other things that I like to use become unusable. I can't use them anymore. Why is it doing that? The phone is saying, hey, I don't have enough power to enter into those settings and use those apps that you want to use. I'm just here doing the basic functions. I think so often we as Christians are living in that place too. If we really want to walk in the supernatural, if we really want to experience the power of God in our daily lives, it is vital that we take time to charge ourselves so we are not operating out of this critical battery power, just going along, just skating by. Man, I want to be so filled up with the Holy Spirit that it just oozes out of me. You know, there's a story of Smith Wigglesworth. He was sitting on a train, and there would be people that would just walk by him and would just fall over because the presence of God was just so tangible in his sphere. I think of Peter, how he walked by people, and it says that his shadow, healed them. Now, get this, the shadow has no substance in it. It wasn't actually his shadow. It was the presence of God on Peter that ended up, without him even touching them, healing people. I believe that a large part of experiencing that presence is learning to get away and to seek God in the secret place. I believe that the Lord really will promote you and will use you in powerful ways if you humble yourselves and get alone with him on a regular basis where no one's seeing you, where you're not on stage, where people aren't applauding you. You're waking up early. You're digging deep into the Word. No one's around. No one's there to see it except for God. And he honors that commitment. And he loves that hunger. And he blesses and rewards that type of lifestyle. John chapter 15, verse 4 and 5. Abide in me and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself unless it abides in the vine, so neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me and I in him, he bears much fruit. Get this, guys. For apart from me, you can do nothing. I wonder how I would readjust my life if I really truly believed that in its fullest sense. Apart from God, I can do nothing. I think it would draw me in deeper hunger to be satisfied only in him, by sitting at his feet, adoring him, listening to his word, beholding his beauty, communing with him. That's a major access point to the source of this power that we're all seeing.